Welcome, Grace Covington here. Today I want to talk about a topic that I'm really excited to actually talk about, and it starts off with this question. What is a business without the path to generating a consistent income? That is a powerful question. And think about it. Just think about it for a moment. What is the path to having or creating a business without having a path to generate the income that you're asking for? Hey, how are you? And this question is not, I'm not asking it as a way to make someone wrong who isn't generating a consistent income in their business, or as a way to diminish anyone or cause any sort of judgment, but it's really to get you to think that if you are not generating the consistent income that you're asking for, you have the opportunity to change things. So that's something that we normally forget, is that we have this power to change anything that is in the way of us not creating whatever it is that we're asking for. But I'm keeping this specific to business and generating consistent income. So you literally have the pathway. You literally have the power to change things. Most people are unwilling to step into that potency, even though they're saying that they would like to change things, but they're not willing to take the action that will create the change. If you desire change, if you desire to generate more money, if you desire to change your life, you are going to have to take action. There is going to be action involved. That is a part of this process. It's not simply just, okay, I want to make $1 million a year. You are going to have to do what it takes to generate and create that money. So what are some of the action steps involved? Some of the action steps are different. Sometimes you literally have to change your entire way of thinking. So since this conversation is specific to money, you have to change the way you think about money and how money shows up. Most of us have these programs and are creating our lives from a space of lack, and you will continue to create more lack. If that is your dominant energy, you will continue to create more lack. So how do you know what your dominant energy is? Take a look at your bank account. Take a look at your life. And ask yourself this question: are you creating enough, not enough, or more than enough? That is an indicator of what your dominant energy is. And it's so vital to be honest with yourself. That is how you create change, is being honest. If you're not creating enough, that means there are some limiting points of views that are running your life that lead to you creating the money that you're creating today. And the way you change that is by exposing those lies, being willing to look at your life from where it is today and truly be honest with yourself and say, okay, I'm not creating the money that I'm asking for. Welcome, everyone. So let me take a look at the limitations that are dominant in my energy and change them. So that's why I started this off by saying that there is power in change. And the change starts once you start to take action. So my life, for those of you who may not know me or my experiences, I had a lot of limiting beliefs running my life. And the moment I started to expose the lies, the limitations, and do the work that it takes to change things, that's when the whole trajectory of my life changed. I was going down one path, and that was a path of lack and limitation. And the moment I chose change, the moment there are all these little gnats flying around, I'm going to shift a little bit. The moment I chose that is the moment everything that I required to go to the next level, that's when things started showing up. And some of those choices were super uncomfortable. I have spent thousands of dollars, and I will always be, money is no longer a concern where if there is something I would like to invest in and I know that it's going to facilitate change, I don't go into the space of I can't afford it. I cannot afford not to choose it. Do you see the difference of how your life actually begins to show up when you no longer use the excuse of I can't afford to invest in my own life? So there are things that are going to be uncomfortable that show up where, yes, you will have to invest. And sometimes those are big investments. But take a look at the return on investment. What do you actually create from that? From the things that I have invested in, I've generated beyond the initial investment. I've gone beyond that because most people are not willing to go into the space of money is here to support your choices. I love that statement, and it's so true. We get into our heads, we get into the space of, oh, I've got to figure this out. I'm afraid. What you fear is what you will create. And once you begin to live your life beyond the fears that are just lies, everything begins to be magical in your life. That's when you start creating your reality. There's a lot of programming on this planet, and you have to be so aware in your life and present in your life. Otherwise, you will be taken. I think there's a movie, I can't remember what it's called, like The Taken or something like that. But that's it, literally, and I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I'm just keeping it real because I was down this path where, I shared this story before where I worked for this corporation, and it came to the end of the year. They were doing all these reviews, and they showed me how much I generated in a year. I generated $2.4 million for this company. And I wasn't even making 10% of that 2.4 million. Can you imagine? I was making six figures, but I wasn't making close to the 2.4 that I was putting in. And that was just an indicator like, okay, so if I can do this for a corporation, I have the capacity to do this for myself. So some of you may be working for corporations or organizations where you are generating them millions of dollars. You have the capacity to do that for yourself. The key is, are you going to continue with the path that you're on? If that is the path that works for you, great. But if it is not, you have a choice. You have the choice to change. You have the choice to choose something different. And the choice is yours. You've been given this gift of choice of literally saying, okay, this is the life that I would like to choose. This is what I would like to create. And everything begins to show up that will lead you to what you're asking for. But what gets in the way are all of these fears where people are literally living their lives from what you can see. So once you open your bank account and you see X amount of dollars, then you go into panic. I'm broke. I can't afford this. I don't have money. That's what you're going to create. And I know that I'm moving into this space of strong talk. Sometimes strong talk is required for change to take place. Someone is going to have to tell you the truth and not sugarcoat things and tell you lies and make it seem like it's all fairies and roses. Yes, there are moments like that. But in order to create change, you're going to have to be committed. You're going to have to let go of the things you tell yourself in your head and the way you lead your life by the physical things, by what you can see, because this reality goes beyond. There's a whole magical reality that goes beyond what you can just see. And then you start developing these capacities to change energies, to change anything in your life. to change anything in your life where you're no longer afraid of what shows up in your world, and you don't see problems as problems. Like, you don't see problems as problems. There are possibilities. If something shows up in your world that's uncomfortable, that's a possibility to something greater. But there's this space where, like, people get stuck in the muckiness, stuck in this whole thing of fitting into this reality. People are so committed to fitting in. It's ridiculous. And to really have your reality, you're going to have to let go of this thing of fitting in. Like, I have to fit in, or I can't receive people judging me. It's just too intense. People are going to judge the hell out of you. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if people judge you? This is your life that you're creating. This is your adventure that you're creating. Whew, it's intense, y'all. Y'all caught me on an intense day today. And I love it. Because sometimes that is the energy that will facilitate the change, is you really have to go there. You have to go where most people are unwilling to go in your life. You have to make choices that most people are unwilling to make. What questions do you guys have? Hi. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Official. So grateful that you all have joined. If you have a question, pop in. I know that this is some strong talk, y'all, and sometimes we require this strong talk. That is what creates miracles on this planet, when you're no longer willing to lie to yourself. When you're no longer willing to lie to yourself. Yeah. And what I can tell you is the space that you begin to move to is the freedom that you have, when you're creating your life, when you're creating your business, is paramount to anything that I have ever experienced before in my entire life. If I had known that I would step into this space, into this freedom, like I would have chosen this way longer, way longer. It is a gift to create your business. Let me tell you that. You start to walk in this space, your capacities start to show up, the support that you receive from everything around you. So that's where people are afraid to start a business because they don't know what to create. Take the leap and jump. Take the leap and create your business. I'm telling you, you will thank me for this. Take the leap and create your business. Everything that you require starts to show up. And the level of happiness, oh my goodness. It's like if there was a happy pill, like just by creating and contributing and really creating a business that changes the world. I'm not just saying like creating a business because you want to create, get a paycheck. Creating something that changes the world. You are changing the consciousness of this planet, and what you receive for contributing to the consciousness of the world. That shit is dope. I'm like, whoa. Like, I've been so happy in my world. It's like, and yes, I still have things around me show up. But again, I don't lead my life from problems. It's like, whoa, cool. This possibility showed up. And yes, some things are intense. But hey, I am committed to, living every ounce of this heaven on earth. Y'all, this world is amazing. There's so many beautiful places in this world to explore. There are so many talents and capacities that you have, that once you step into those talents and capacities, you also step into this level of joy that is a contribution not only to the world, but to you. And so how do you start to move into this space? So let's say you are where you are today and you don't know where to begin. Yes, it does take a commitment to your transformation, to going deep and exposing the lies that you have believed, that you've been programmed with, and changing all of that. I'm working with a group of women, and I am just like literally, they are in my Badass Business Creators program, and these women, like the last session I had today, like literally like almost had tears in the way this transformation works. I mean, these women are so committed to creating their lives, and the magic that's starting to show up. It's like beyond anything that I have ever perceived, beyond anything I have ever seen. And that's why I consistently say that once you make a choice, the support shows up. The next steps show up, but you have to be willing to make that commitment. And it looks like it's going to rain. I'm hearing some thunder, so I'm going to have to be cutting this short, y'all, because I'm not trying to be struck in no water. No. I still have plenty of delicious adventures to go on and plenty of living to experience. But I want to go back to these women, and I am in deep gratitude that the space that has opened up in the transformation in their business and money showing up. Most of them are like traveling the world and living in other countries now. It's just like, wow. And to see from where they began to just in, this course hasn't even been, we're in week 4 right now. 4 weeks. What can change in 4 weeks? So my intention for me sharing this is that it's, 1, truly possible to create your life. 2, get the support to create your life. Who wants to reinvent the wheel? Like, who wants to do things like where you're struggling and all these years and time? Oh, Sarah Thomas says, I want to see your bikini. Ooh, Sarah. Ooh. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I appreciate the comment. And so get the support that you require so you don't have to reinvent the wheel and make things go faster. So we're going to take money off the table because I know money is such a big sticking sore thumb in people's reality when someone says, okay, here's something that I'm offering, and hey, this is the money that is required. That's an exchange that happens in business. And I always say to people, if you're unwilling to invest in you, how in the hell, please tell me, please help me help myself. If you're unwilling to invest in yourself, when you start your business, now, when you ask someone to invest, that energy is going to be there. If you're unwilling to invest in yourself, no one's going to want to pay you. So that's why you'd always take money off the table and always look for the possibility to create the money, because then you step into that energy and that vibe where people are willing to pay you. Stop being stingy with yourself. And money is always an excuse because people will pay for what they actually desire. People will pay for what they desire. So I can't afford it. That's a fucking lie and a fucking excuse. Okay. So I'm going deep on this. Okay. So we're going to eliminate money. I have a free masterclass that is coming next week, Tuesday. 3 money blocks that are stopping you from generating consistent income. There are more than 3, but I'm going to focus on the 3 that create the most change. So if you don't know who I am, if this is the first time that we're coming together, go to my profile and there's a link there and you can sign up for the free masterclass. and come live, show up, and ready to receive the change that you're asking for. If you cannot show up live, there will be a replay available after the class. So this is my message to you. If you're not generating the money that you're asking for, if you're not creating more than enough, if you're not living the life that you would love to live, sign up for this class. You have a choice. Do you take action and move into the space of your change? Or are you just going to keep choosing what you're choosing, and your next month is going to be the same thing, 6 months down the road, the same thing again, 12 months down the road, same 10 years, 20 years, you're still creating the same shit. You're still not living the life that you have been called to live. You have been called to live and thrive, not just mediocre enough or barely enough. Thrive. That is your inheritance of being on this planet. It's thriving. It's living. It's being happy. Really immersing yourself in the joy of being alive. There is a joy to being alive. It's not you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I have to go to this job again that I hate. You literally can create and craft and receive the life that you deeply desire. It is a choice. And stop going into this space of victimhood or like, I don't have what it takes. Those are some bullshit ass lies that you tell yourself to keep yourself small. You heard it from me. We're being truthful and we're going there. So if you can handle the strong talk, kudos to you. That means you can handle the facilitation and the change that is required for you to receive all that you ask for. So we have come to the end. It is, look at this, it's starting to get dark. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it looks like we're headed in for some rain. So I'm gonna cut this short, and I really hope that you have a fabulous evening. And you start to, I hope this conversation has awakened something in you. So you may be angry, like, who the hell is she? That's a good sign, because that means I've triggered something in you to facilitate the change that you're asking for. So if you're angry right now, that's good. That means I'm bringing up those energies that are asking to be changed. And sometimes we have like these energies within us that literally stop us from receiving contribution from other people. So be aware of that. Be aware of that. There are energies that are there that will stop you from receiving contribution. And once you step into this space, you will be able to, that's why I always say you can change any energy, but you have to get to the space, the capacity, and step into the power and potency of being able to receive that and change that. It has been so fabulous, y'all. So fabulous. And thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your living. Enjoy every aspect of you. You are a gift on this planet. You are here to create change. You are here to create change. If there's anything that you just take from this conversation, you are here to create change. You are a gift. You are required on this planet. For some of you that may be depressed or, going through some difficult times, listen, honey, you are here to create change. You are here. You have a capacity for change. You are a miracle. You are a gift, and the world requires what you know. That's the secret most people forget. The world you know something. And the world requires that. And people will pay you for what you know. So stop holding back. Stop holding yourself back. Stop listening to people who are diminishing you, telling you you can't do this, you're not good enough. Fuck those people. You have to take a stand for you, that no matter what, you're going to choose you. You're going to honor you. You're going to honor your gifts. Thank you again. Go to my profile page at the front. There's a link there. Sign up for the masterclass. I look forward to seeing you there and enjoy every aspect of your living and enjoy. Oh, you're so welcome, official. Sign up for the class and I can't wait to see you. Mwah. Totally adoring you guys. Bye.